What can I do to help?
You get these hunches, you know, with these types of murders?
Only sometimes.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the nastiest, most callous sociopaths in television history. Warning, spoilers ahead.
How do you feel about the violin?
Sorry, what?
I play the violin when I'm thinking. Sometimes I don't talk for days on. And would that bother you? Potential flatmates should know the worst about each other.
Number 10, Megan Parker, Drake and Josh.
I swear, I've never seen him before in my life.
If you grew up watching Nickelodeon, first of all, are you okay? Second, you probably remember a very young Miranda Cosgrove appearing as Drake and Josh's little sister Megan. Megan's a typical younger sibling in that she loves torturing her older brothers, but she takes the torture part a little too far.
Yo, Boo.
Excuse me, Megan. I'm your teacher.
Sorry, Mr. Boo.
Always eager to quote-unquote prank Drake and Josh, Megan's antics range from spiking their food with hot sauce to subjecting them to physical and psychological anguish. What's more, using her genius-level intelligence, she manages to keep their parents completely oblivious to her evil. As much as we hate Megan, her cruelty is often so over the top that it makes for solid comedy.
Oh, I like that smile. That's a smile full of evil.
Is there any other reason to smile?
Number 9, Clay Morrow, Sons of Anarchy.
Bury him in the woods, mark the grave. Pick those up and gift wrap them.
Portrayed by Hellboy himself, Ron Perlman, Morrow is the ruthless leader of the Sons of Anarchy motorcycle club. While the club operates on a foundation of loyalty and brotherhood, Clay is clearly only looking out for himself. He carelessly involves the group in dangerous situations in pursuit of power and money, and has no problem causing a little collateral damage along the way.
Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, can save you. He can deliver you from all your transgressions.
Well, I appreciate your zeal, Padre, but my transgressions, all I got left.
On top of that, Clay is revealed to have orchestrated the death of former leader John Teller, usurping his title and marrying his widow. Perlman has described the character as completely devoid of guilt, and this is clear in his performance. In his own twisted way, Clay appears to believe that all of his heinous actions are justified.
You better be real careful how you navigate around this one.
Or what? You're gonna put a bullet in the back of my head, too?
Number 8, Amma Krellin, Sharp Objects.
Please eat, Camille. We'll say our goodbyes in the morning. Come on, sweet. Come on, sweet. Come on. You can have cake.
This 8-part HBO thriller features a few soulless characters, and protagonist Camille is unfortunate enough to be related to them. The most disturbing example is Camille's teenage half-sister Amma, who proves to be a monster hiding in plain sight. Unable to share her mother's attention with anyone, Amma maintains an innocent and childlike facade.
Men get to be warrior poets. What woman is described that way? Not Adora. Prosecution says my mother is a warrior martyr. If she was guilty, they argued, it was only of a very female sort of rage.
As the story progresses, we're led to believe that the sister's mother, Adora, is behind the killings of 2 girls in their Missouri town. But in a last-minute twist, the real murderer turns out to be none other than Amma. Could Amma's heartlessness be the result of a toxic mother and skewed family values? Maybe, but it's still hard to sympathize with this master charlatan in a young girl's body.
Don't tell Mama.
Number 7. Georgina Sparks, Gossip Girl.
You always did know how to leave him wanting more.
Oh my God, Georgina.
Despite only appearing recurrently throughout the show's run, Georgina is infamous for her ability to lie, scheme, and use the people around her without a trace of remorse. Among her crimes against the main characters are various instances of blackmail, outing her former friend Serena's brother Eric, and falsely pinning her pregnancy on her ex Dan, only to later abandon the baby.
What are you doing here?
I told you I was coming. Didn't you get my gifts?
You're supposed to be in Switzerland dating a prince.
Luckily, Daddy didn't need the G5. Haven't you missed me?
Georgina's most powerful quality is her tendency to snap back and forth between ally and archenemy. Many Gossip Girl fans describe her as a villain they love to hate, and even the actress Michelle Trachtenberg has referred to her as a character from hell. Feel free to tell us what you really think, Michelle.
You're really gonna hurt my feelings. And you know how I get when my feelings are hurt.
Number 6. Villanelle, Killing Eve.
Così non si asciugherà mai. Ti ha preso per me, eh?
Sì, e mi è andata anche nel naso.
Che bastardo.
Villanelle is a pretty ideal name for someone who is born to kill, and that certainly applies to the antagonist of this British spy thriller series. A highly skilled assassin, Villanelle commits numerous brutal murders with unnerving enjoyment and creativity.
Per caso visto un bambino, Davide?
Sì. Lo rinchiuso in bagno.
The character is notable for a distinct lack of empathy, which is evident not only as she does her job but also in her personal relationships. She seduces and discards people as it suits her. While we do get a glimpse into Villanelle's more human side via her romance with the titular character, she remains a killer at her core.
Have you had the haircut?
Yes.
Number 5. Peter Littlefinger Baelish, Game of Thrones.
Oh, everything, my dear. Everything there is.
This wildly successful series definitely has its share of not-so-nice characters, such as the atrocious Ramsay Bolton. But what sets Baelish, aka Littlefinger, apart from the others is his snake-like insidiousness. He has an uncanny ability to appear trustworthy to other players in the Game of Thrones.
My Lord Protector.
The king has no true-born sons.
But as the show progresses, it becomes apparent that none of these bonds are real. Rather, Baelish aims to use, betray, exploit, and even eliminate those around him without a second thought. His mask of friendliness and ruthless ambition qualify him as a quintessential sociopath. And let's not forget his super creepy dynamic with Sansa Stark. Gross.
Lady Brienne. When I heard you'd escaped Winterfell, I feared the worst. You have no idea how happy I am to see you unharmed.
Unharmed?
Number 4. Don Draper, Mad Men.
All right, well, let's just say tomorrow a tobacco weevil comes and eats every last old gold on the planet.
That's a sad story.
It's a tragedy.
Played by John Hamm, Don Draper is the anti-hero of the period drama, Mad Men. Don is a charming and charismatic womanizer who puts on the act of a dashing creative professional, but has actually lived a shady life of lies. In fact, he's revealed to have stolen another man's identity to escape his own past.
So I'm just going to assume you've got something, which means you should be worrying.
So you came here because you wanted to watch me get dressed?
No, I wanted to make sure you were here.
In body. Give me about a half hour for the rest of it.
But his soullessness doesn't stop there. Don stomps his way through the professional world, regularly undermining his colleagues and manipulating everyone he comes across. He's also a notoriously unfaithful lover and husband. Don's emotional detachment and relentless pursuit of success, regardless of the consequences for others, make him a fascinating yet troubling protagonist.
Let's not get emotional here. There's no reason we can't talk this out.
Talk about what? This silly idea that people are going to come to some store they've never been to because it's more expensive?
It works for Chanel.
Menken's is not Chanel.
Number 3. Eric Cartman, South Park.
He is not smarter than me. He just charmed me, that's all. He's a charmer, that Scott Tenorman, but I'll get him someday.
Animated characters definitely don't get any more heartless than Eric Cartman. Though he's only in 4th grade, Cartman is the textbook definition of a narcissist. His transgressions throughout the series run have included bigotry, racism, manipulation, and one particularly troubling incident in which he fed a kid his own parents.
Sure is too bad about my grandmother.
Your grandma?
Huh? Oh, it's not really your concern. It's just that, well, my grandma's in the hospital. She's very sick. Doctors say unless I can come up with $16 for operation, they're gonna put her down.
Cartman has demonstrated that he will do anything at any cost to get what he wants. And since he's only around 9 years old, who knows what he'll be like when he grows up. Maybe it's a good thing the South Park kids have been in elementary school since 1997.
I guess we should taste each other's chili, huh?
Oh, this chili looks pretty good. Here's mine.
I don't know. Your chili is good, Cartman, but I think mine is better. Try it.
Number 2. Dexter Morgan, Dexter.
Trust me, I definitely understand. See, I can't help myself either. Children, I could never do that. Not like you. Never.
The titular character in this Showtime crime drama is an interesting example of a sociopath. On the one hand, Dexter displays a lack of humanity in his double life as a serial killer.
What can I do to help?
You get these hunches, you know, with these types of murders.
Only sometimes.
He meticulously and methodically plans the execution of murders, such as the chilling takedown of the Trinity Killer. In addition, he manipulates his sister Deborah and his girlfriend Rita, hiding his true nature from them. But it should also be noted that Dexter channels his urges into vigilante justice, targeting other murderers who have evaded the law. He's a multi-layered character who compartmentalizes his own personality, referring to the bloodthirsty part of himself as the dark passenger.
The killer is an artist.
What do you mean?
His technique is incredible.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock.
You're wearing lipstick. You weren't wearing lipstick before.
I refreshed it a bit.
Sorry, you were saying?
We know what you're thinking. How does Sherlock Holmes, portrayed here by Benedict Cumberbatch, qualify as a sociopath? Don't take our word for it. He describes himself as such, albeit a high-functioning one. Cumberbatch's Holmes exhibits sociopathic tendencies through his cold, calculating nature.
Mike, can I borrow your phone? There's no signal on mine.
Well, what's wrong with the landline?
I prefer to text.
Sorry, it's in my coat.
Sherlock often disregards social norms and emotions in order to get to the bottom of his cases. He views others not so much as people, but as pieces in a living puzzle to be solved. Perhaps it's this very absence of humanity that enables Cumberbatch's Sherlock to single-mindedly pursue intellectual satisfaction and display unparalleled brilliance in every episode.
How do you feel about the violin?
Sorry, what?
I play the violin when I'm thinking. Sometimes I don't talk for days on. And would that bother you? Potential flatmates should know the worst about each other.
Do you agree with our list? Let's talk about it in the comments.
Let me tell you something. I had a semester and a half for college, so I understand Freud. I understand therapy as a concept. But in my world, it does not go down.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.